He's joining us from, I think, Bangalore. Vinit, is that where you're from right now?
Yeah, hi. HSR Bangalore.
Awesome. So let's
Yeah,
introduce Wavelength to our audiences. What does
lovely.
Wavelength do?
Basically, Wavelength is an AI dating app where Wave, our AI, speaks to you, understands everything about you, and does the same with everyone else out there, and then recommends you people, exactly those people who fit your intent, your vibe, your type. So you are not wasting your time meeting the wrong people on the other swipe-based dating apps. Much more for intentional dating. So yeah,
And you started this as a WhatsApp first experiment, and I think
yeah.
WhatsApp blocked you, and you still, right now, I think, launched a full native app where you're doing this. But how did you think that you can be the internet version of Seema Auntie?
So that was the premise earlier. Ki Seema auntie is not on an app, right? Like she's on your WhatsApp. She calls you. She sends you links of and LinkedIn links of people. So can our Wave also send you LinkedIn links and WhatsApp messages? But then 40% of the users were on Android, and serving them on WhatsApp got a little bit difficult. So that's why we ended up becoming building an app for now. But yeah, that's the premise.
And what's the AI native thing in this? Like, apart from the AI, the voice bot, like, is there other steps of the processes that you've automated as well?
Yeah, of course. The way we understand you is, of course, through the voice conversation. But then you do upload about 9 pictures of yourself. So through that, we try and understand what is your fashion style, what does your vibe look like, do you travel a lot, etc. And then when we do recommend you to people, say Utsav gets a recommendation, we will create a Ghibli image of Utsav and the other person that was recommended to show a promised future of how you both would look together. Initially, we had a collage made of your pictures both, but then that got a little weird. So then we made a Ghibli image. And then inside, when you click on the card, Wave tells you why this person is recommended to you with much more detailed reasoning, which is very specific to you and that person. So yeah, that's a bit. And then of course we have a few more things in pipeline where Wave can get on call with you and be like, hey, what? So I have a few people I've been talking to. I just want to walk you through them. What do you think of them? And then on the call, it sort of learns. It asks you question. You ask it questions, and you give it feedback, and sort of learns
And
from there.
what if the person actually falls in love with the wave itself?
That is
AI
interesting.
companion.
That'll be
Have you
very
thought of
interesting.
that as a use case where, like, hey, I'm like getting to know you better, I'm falling in love with you like an AI companion?
Surprisingly not, but people do are asking, Wave, can you tell me gossip of what other people are talking to you about? So Wave has become that buddy to people to get gossip on how other people portray themselves on the platform.
Can you humanize like Wave's success stories for us with some real world stories of like
Yeah.
yeah?
So in December we
Success for
matched.
you or any dating app would mean people drop off, basically. You lose a customer.
Oh, I didn't get you. Can you repeat?
Success for you means that they lose,
Yeah.
you lose them as a customer.
100%. But the way we see success is right now, dating is such a small industry, just a $10 billion industry. Why is a industry that is so widely spoken in pop culture, day-to-day language, still such a small industry? It needs to be a more than $100 billion industry. So success for us looks like if we can, by showing good outcomes, expand the market a lot more and get a lot more people to start using dating apps, that would be a much better success defined for us. And success stories, Dhruv, as you asked, in December, one of our friends, we in fact matched them both together, and they will get married by the end of this year as well. There are a bunch of our friends through our circles itself who are in a long-term relationship through the December matchmaking. Still fairly early to see results of what happened. We started matchmaking after December now in April 10th onwards. So we'll find out how the voice has changed matchmaking.
You know, it's a category, Vineet. This is one that actually has plenty of incumbents. Everyone has a point of view on why the incumbents are not working, and therefore, people are trying different approaches. Do you have a working theory as to why the incumbents, are not working out for people on the ground?
Uh, the business model of the incumbents was based on keeping the user engaged, right? The more
Mhm.
you swipe, the more you send roses, the more you send super likes, they make money. And that way, they were not incentivized to give the user an outcome, which was get them off the app. Here, what if we build our business model towards outcomes? Can we probably charge the user much later in the journey when we have provided value. Uh, and because of this, a
Like
lot.
success fee and not
Huh?
subscription. I'm saying
Yeah, yeah,
success, not
correct.
subscription.
Yeah, exactly. And people would use it for like a few weeks, months, and then they would get overwhelmed, get fatigued, and they would drop off the app. They would see that this app is not helping me. They would make, in fact, the apps made money from people who didn't get matches. So that was fundamentally wrong with the whole form factor that was there. Hopefully, voice and AI matchmaking changes it.
And maybe I'm oversimplifying a bit, but are you really, in order to solve the matchmaking problem, are you really solving the funnel optimization problem first? Would you say that? Would you agree, disagree?
To solve for matchmaking, I think the problem you need to solve first is make users feel understood. Once
Hmm.
users, until now, users never felt understood on any dating app. It was just they had to put in, try to be a bit more performative, be witty on dating apps, which was not themselves at all. And then even they would, if they would match with people, go on dates, there was no sense of progress they got. The app was not learning through the dates they went on. Here, here the crack would be is can so the aha moment where we've been seeing among users is once they go on a date or after a match, when they give their debrief to Wave, hey, this is what worked, didn't work, and when they see that feedback they give incorporating in the next set of recommendations they get, they're hooked. They will immediately leave Hinge or Bumble, whatever they were using, and continuously be on Wavelength.
And I mean, there are many other players in the AI dating space, so they might have used a different sense of technology. But talk to us a little bit about the tech stack. We've had some voice AI founders come on the show as well. What provider you're using? Maybe give them a shout out as well.
Yeah, sure. So we're using Level Labs for our TTS, Claude, Haiku for our, of course, we're switching, we're still experimenting what LLM model could work, and DeepGram, of course, for STTs, but, and LiveKit to make the whole orchestration happen.
But
Yeah.
you mentioned that voice led to a 6x increase in terms of engagement for you. Is that where traditional apps fall short, where they've not been able to switch to this AI native voice first approach, and text is, of course, a slightly higher effort?
Not engagement, but in terms of context gathering, basically
Hmm.
dating is basically a context problem. And earlier back in December, we had a text-based onboarding and feedback collection is also text-based. But people found it extremely effortful. Voice is just very natural. People end up blabbering and yapping for a lot more time, and they don't. Initially, to everyone out there, they feel voice is very frictionful. Why will I get on a voice call? But once you're in the call, once the wave is very receptive, people end up talking. By the way, our average onboarding call time minimum required is 15 to 20 minutes, but people average has come to 50 minutes, 50. It is extremely surprising to all of us, but among 2000,
But
about 2,500 users, we've done 150,000 minutes of conversations.
holy
So,
Moses, what are the other
hmm.
stats that you can share? Like how many people have signed up, average age, cities that you're big on?
So for now, live only in Bangalore. Want to crack Bangalore properly first, and then sort of repeat the playbook across Delhi, Bombay as well.
And is
Delhi
this
is the
because
second. Mhm.
Just because like the specific choice for Bangalore is because building liquidity on the marketplace is a big problem for the date. I mean,
Exactly.
increase the dating pool, basically.
Exactly. And also, we had a very, like, our circles were in Bangalore. It was easier to test. And Bangalore people are much more, forgiving. They give us feedback. Most of our users are PMs and designers and tech people. So they show up to office every single day, help us build our product. Your funnel here is broken. You could fix that. So it's much fun to build with Bangalore folks. But excited to build in Delhi and Bombay as well. It'll be a completely different experience. Yeah. Other stats, I think we're still fairly early. We've just done one launch push. Now planning a much bigger campaign in May, where we would potentially go to Delhi, Bombay as well.
I'd love to know what you were doing before this, Vinit. Like, what was the path that led you here? And how did this come about? Like, was it one defining moment or something? Conversation,
um,
friends?
It's like a
so,
personal experience problem. I'm unable to find somebody in the dating pool. Let me just build an app for it. It's like,
that
why?
was in fact
Why that was in track true.
my other co-founder, Ishan, that was his problem statement. Cracked profile, IT Delhi graduate, insane dancer, has gotten viral multiple times for dance videos, has worked at good startups like Front Row Stable Money. But for the last 3 years, he was on dating apps. He was even on matrimony apps. He went on multiple dates, but it's just extremely fatiguing, extremely effortful, time consuming. So that was his personal problem statement. He was exploring in it for the last more than a year now. And then me and Jayant, my other co-founder, we were exploring personalized sales calls, where a sales agent, AI agent could call you and knowing who Utsav Dhruv is and do a personalized sales call to sell a loan to you or something like that. But then realized that the same technology could help build a much bigger opportunity, create a much bigger opportunity in dating, because dating was one niche that hasn't been cracked yet. So we three got together and started building Wavelength.
And one, I think, final question, unless Dhruv has something else. Antler invested in you. You went through, I think, their fellowship program as well. One line from their memo, I think, sort of expands this conversation a bit. Matchmaking is just the wedge. The deeper opportunity is an AI OS for human connection. Can you extend that for us? Like, what does it mean?
Yeah. So Facebook started as a dating platform. It was earlier called Face Smash, where you could just swipe on college students. YouTube again started as a dating profile, and then both turned out to be world's first and second largest social networks. Dating, it just gives us that. So for dating, people are willing to open up a lot more and share a lot more context about themselves. That allows us to learn what humans need, what their preferences are, what attracts them towards other people, etc. And once we crack dating, which is a very high intensity problem statement, then we can sort of expand into much other different categories, right? Like now the Wave can help you find friends. Wave can help you find a travel buddy. Wave can help you find a co-founder, your next hire, whatever. Since Wave knows you so much, no, and Wave has locked you in because of the context it has gotten about you just through the onboarding itself. Leave the feedback it's been collecting. But the real learnings, by the way, happen after you've gone on a date and you give your feedback. So we know so much about you that Wave is probably the best person in the world to connect you with anyone for anybody.
It's going to be an
Awesome.
interesting approach. You know how people sometimes jokingly say that every app is a dating app because you'll get like unwanted, unsolicited
Exactly.
messages. You like decided to invert the problem on its head. We have a question from YouTube for you,
Oh,
Puneet.
nice.
Yeah, which is that what's the gender split on the platform? Apps like Tinder and Bumble have had to actively push aggressively to drive female adoption. Are you seeing a similar challenge? If so, how are you tackling it? Good question.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, that is obviously the fundamental problem building in India, at least for dating, is most women by 25 are either in a serious relationship or have been engaged or married already. And until now, by the way, our only source of acquisition has been Twitter. So gender ratio is very skewed about. We have 20% women and 80% men on the platform. Still fairly good compared to other dating apps and of course, the gender ratio of Twitter. But soon now, when we actually expand, when we do targeted marketing, of course, then we can make the ratio much better. That's the plan. That's the biggest problem statement actually we are facing. How do we sort of get more women users on the app? And that's fairly easy. That's an easy GTM problem. Using better influencers, targeted marketing, smart offline activations with better, smaller communities where women go more. And I think the answer to getting more other women on the platform is women use more product when they see other women using it and they see value, other women getting value from the product. So just we've been heads down focused on building a great product that gives great value. We in fact have a WhatsApp community of 1,000 women, 1,000 men, separate groups where they come and help us build the app. Every day they're coming on to our office, helping us. You could do your matchmaking this way. You could build your onboarding this way. Why did Wave ask me this question? Why is my profile built this way? So just building trust among smaller circles, and then that will automatically spread. That is the bet we are taking right now.
I think you're taking each day as it comes, but what are the next milestones you think will take you to the next fundraise?
So right now we've gotten about 5,500, 800 downloads. Got great learnings from these. The last 2 weeks have just been fixing bugs, stabilizing the product. Now, next milestones, can we hit 100,000? Go acquire the next 5 metro cities in India, get everything there is to learn from the tier one audiences, build the best product in the world. By design and through the even the voice experience is probably the best among all the dating apps, even outside in the US as well. And then in the end, it's just the best product wins. So then go to the biggest market where there is the highest revenue pool. For now, focusing just on great product building.
Awesome, Vinit. Wishing you all the best on this journey. Thank you for coming on
Thank
the show. A wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You all too.
All the
Lovely
best, Vinit.
chatting. Yeah. Thank you.